all my Simps, Geeks and Theatre Freaks. So, I lied. I said the next video would either be Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Greek mythology, but it's Christmas and you know I gotta take the opportunity to start playing that copyright-free music. So for this video, I'm going to become the Grinch. Metaphorically, of course. Instead of stealing Christmas, I'm stealing my friends and some OCs, and then regurgitating them back up into a big bundle of massive eyes and fluffy cartoon hair, and hopefully no broken bones, but we'll see. On to the speed draw. So for the first friend of this video, we're talking about Ava, or AK Art on YouTube. Go check her out. Now, I adore Ava. She is hilarious and she's super silly. Like, she's one of my favourite fictional characters. Ava has been pulling out some really cool looks lately, but I decided to draw her in her iconic avocado hoodie. And I was going to draw her in some pattern trousers because she has some really cool ones, but I couldn't be bothered to draw those. So instead I just chose blue because it added some nice contrast. When it came to the composition, I wanted Ava to be relaxed but still looking a little smug since she's a gremlin, and I chose to have her like finger gunning a bunch of stuff. So I went with some items that define Ava as a person. Paint because she's a talented artist. Pizza because, well, actually, I don't think Ava likes pizza, but she's drawn it before, so... And of course, poop, because Ava loves poop. Side note, maybe this is really immature of me, but I kind of had fun drawing the poop. Like, I added little flies and green smoke around it. And of course, I added Ava's trusty sidekick, rather fittingly at her side, Ollie, the iconic, the excitable, the extraordinary alliterative dog. Also, Ava has the most gorgeous hair. Oh my god. Ah! Whether it is in braids, ringlets, or just out, it's so pretty. Of course, I cannot resist drawing floofy hair, so I drew it the way she normally wears it for school, which is like mid to high pony with a scrunchie. And speaking of tails, as a final touch, I added some green outline thingies and gave Ollie some extra little bouncy ones to make it look like his tail was wagging. Next up is Chloe, or Chloe Kitchen on YouTube, or as I like to call her, Chlorine Kitchen. So for Chloe, I was in the thought process of what is Chloe good at? And one of Chloe's best talents is funny. How the hell do I draw funny? Well, for Chloe's YouTube, she posts blogs, but I don't really want a drawing of her holding a camera because I'm lazy. But then it hit me. Chloe has the softest, prettiest singing voice. She sounds lighter than air, like I could literally eat her up like confetti cake. Anyway, singing is cool. So I gave her a microphone and had the cable wrapping around her with a bunch of musical notes flying around. Thought that would be kind of an interesting composition, but Chloe really needs to work on her cable management here. Anyway, for the actual star of the show, Chloe herself, not the microphone, I was like, Chloe has some really cool fashion. I need to draw on one of her outfits. I don't remember what any of them look like. I need to stalk her Instagram. So that's what I did. And I found a cool looking shirt, which I'm pretty sure the original was K-pop merch, so it had a logo on it. But once again, I'm lazy. Fun fact, not long after I made these, I went out with some friends and Chloe showed up in this exact shirt and jean combo, and I had to try very hard not to give away the surprise of these drawings. For her hair, I was kind of along the lines of Jiro from My Hero Academia. For some reason, I just thought that shape would work for translating Chloe into art, and I turned the music notes blue because she's Spider-Man. And after finally finishing the drawing, I came back a few days later and realised her arm looked enormous. Now, last time I checked, Chloe isn't Godzilla. I could swallow a bottle of alcohol enough. Feel like Godzilla. So I used the liquefy tool to fix her arm. But after that, the rest of it looked weird, so I had to fix. Okay, on to our second to last, the mystery contestant, whose name I cannot say, so we're going to call her Charlotte. Now, while Charlotte is not on YouTube, she is very close to me, and she definitely needed to be in this video. Originally, the plan for this video was 4 artworks. 2 would be of people, and the other 2 would be OCs. Now, last school year, I sat next to Charlotte for our literature classes, and we were allowed to talk a lot, so I had some good insight into her OCs. In that same literature class, we had been learning about Romeo and Juliet. Boo, boring. And one of the tasks we were given was to put our own spin on the star-crossed lovers from opposing sides trope. And Charlotte's idea was modern day high school, and everybody's gay. Kinda Heartstopper style, right? But because I don't sit next to her anymore, I texted asking if she still had been working on these characters, and she said no. Well, thanks Charlotte, that makes my life a whole lot harder, but it's okay, because Charlotte, just like the other friends so far, has some very iconic looks, so I drew her being iconic. And of course, I gave Charlotte her two-toned hair, which unfortunately only lasted about a week or 2 because my school said it was distracting, but it was very cool, so I had to draw it. Oh, and can we just appreciate how pretty the eyes have been on these last drawings? Like, I don't know which of the creative juices were flowing when I drew these, but it certainly came out well. For the background on this one, I had no idea what to do, so I just added a doodle of me in the bottom. And then contemplated having a pride flag as well, so Charlotte, if you're watching this, please tell me what you want in the background. And last but not least, the one you've been waiting for. There's a Six the Musical reference in there if you squint. This is my magnum opus. This is the fan art for Keiran, or I Need a Nero on YouTube. And for Keiran's, I went a full-on anime poster. There was no holding back. We've got ominous staring villain in the background. We've got main characters in a line with facial expressions that showcase their personalities. We've got static poses, because I just don't trust myself to draw dynamic poses. Oh well. This is definitely my favourite of the 4 pieces, although it was also the hardest to make. Unlike the other drawings where I could confidently use photos as reference images, Keiran only had 2 coloured images of his characters and haven't even showed me the finished design for his villain. So I started out by drawing the main guy. It went well, although the sword I was drawing seemed to gradually get shorter the more people I drew. Anyway, when I drew his girlfriend and, well, you know how I said the eyes had been really good on these drawings? Look, I don't know what went wrong with hers. She's still cute, but the eyes do feel more generic to me. Then we come to Sane Aya, the hardest part of this piece. Keiran still hadn't chosen a colour palette for her, so I ended up helping him pick, but I still didn't know where the colours were placed, so I kinda had to guess. For most of the process, drawing her was easy. I, again, didn't really know the difference in heights and body types, but I tried to go off context clues, so I made Sane more rectangular shaped and leaned a little more into the hourglass for Elisa, and then had, like, the robot guy being a bit taller. I did consider possibly going flat-chested with Sane, but Keiran still draws them for her, so I didn't go with that. But then, out of nowhere, as I'm drawing, I get a text from Keiran saying that there definitely won't be both purple and yellow on Sane's jumper because it will look like Wario. So, in the end, I ended up showing him a picture of her and coming clean about what I was doing. But it was fine. He gave me more advice on how to colour the villain and A73X, which is like a robot name for Alex. Think like Kibo from Danganronpa. All that was left was to design and add a logo in the corner, and then I was done. And that's all for this video. Make sure to comment down below which one was your favourite. have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!